All right, like we do every week, I want to introduce Brian Shanker with his MeatTribe Meat Deals of the Week.
Hey
Perfect.
everybody, how are you doing?
Hey.
Good.
Awesome. All right. First up, we've got a couple of deals from Carnes. Well, they've got several more deals, but these are the best ones, in my opinion. These deals run through December 6th. They've got some choice grade boneless whole New York strips for $5.99 a pound. So that's going to be probably a big chunk of meat. I can't even do it in my screen, bigger than this. And if you don't feel like cutting them down yourself, you can get the same choice grade boneless New York strip steaks cut by them in singles, I guess it is, for $9.99 per pound. Next up, we've got a couple of deals from Food Lion. They run through December 7th. They've got some choice grade boneless chuck roast at $3.99 a pound. I haven't seen the chuck roast that low for quite a while. Have you, Jim?
No, I have not.
So I'm going to head out there and probably grab a couple of those at least. And hopefully I'll try to remember to see if my Food Lion has a saw to be able to cut bone-in steaks to preference. And I'll let you know next week. And of course, they've also got some choice grade boneless New York strip steaks for $9.99 a pound. Aldi's got a couple of deals. They run through December 7th. They've got some boneless. This is going to be a mouthful. Hang in there with me. Simply Nature Fresh 100% organic grass-fed beef stew meat. How do you like that?
That's a mouthful.
That's $6.99 a pound. And they've also got some choice grade boneless Butcher Van Gourmet fresh seasoned chuck roast at $5.99 a pound. So it's already seasoned for you. So it's probably going to have a lot of bad seasoning.
Like sugar.
Right, Brian? A lot of spices or other flavors that could be anything.
Sugar.
But in any case, you could get it if you're at Aldi and you're not feeling up to seasoning it yourself. They've got something there for you. Harris Teeter. Of course, they've had those bone-in prime rib roasts and steaks the last couple of weeks. This week, their deals run through the 7th, and they've got porterhouse and T-bone steaks. So they've got their rancher grade value pack at $7.99 a pound, the small pack at $8.49 a pound, and then if you want to bump it up in USDA grade to choice, you can pay $9.99 a pound. Sorry, guess I'm losing my voice here a little bit. And finally, we've got a couple of deals from Kroger. They also run through the 7th. They've got some choice grade boneless chuck roast at $4.99 a pound. So we're seeing $3.99 a pound, $5.99 a pound, and $4.99 a pound for chuck roast at various different stores. Food Lion being the cheapest at $3.99 a pound, but over at Kroger, $4.99 a pound. And they've also got some choice grade boneless strip steaks in a family pack for $8.99 a pound.
Yeah, I was just there last night. I saw that.
Oh, cool. But you didn't buy them, right?
Nope, I got the ribeye.
How much was the ribeye? Did you pay attention?
$14.99 a pound.
Okay. So that's a little bit better than Sam's Club, but not too bad.
It was supposedly on sale.
Yeah. So I'm sure maybe you guys are or are not, but with the leftover turkey carcass and bones, I decided I was going to try to make my first batch of bone broth. So I threw everything in the freezer. So I haven't done it yet, but they haven't been frozen for very long. I'm going to go back and review your video, Brian, on how to make bone broth, but I also looked up a couple of videos on YouTube. So have any of you guys made bone broth with the turkey bones before?
We have. Actually, we usually make, well, let me step back. We do it with chicken bones, and we do it with, of course, the meat bones. Turkey, we typically just throw the whole carcass in, and we make turkey soup that lasts us for a week.
Yeah, the whole carcass is where the way you want to go, because you want all that cartilage and all that stuff.
Yeah, I saved that. I've got the drum legs, drum bones and the wing bones. I also saved all the drippings from when the turkey was being cooked. Should I throw that in there as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Love the flavor.
Okay. And then I'm new to the bone broth thing. So what do you guys do with it? You just drink it or you use it in stuff? What are you doing with it?
Yeah, you could do both. My bone broth, I just drink it like,
Okay.
in a mug in the morning, or you can use it for soup or even to add to stuff, to cook stuff in. But what was I going to say about it? Yeah, my thing on my my video. Sorry, it's early. My my video, I cook my bone broth like almost 2 days.
Okay.
You don't have to do that with like poultry. You could probably well, Jim, in that book, have you read any of those? Have you gotten very far in that book about the guts? That she talks about instead of bone broth, she talks about meat broth. It's actually
This one right here.
yeah. She explains the bone broth thing pretty well in there.
I have not. But go ahead.
Yeah, so she was talking about the poultry carcasses, like the chicken and turkey, and how you just throw that whole thing in there, and you don't have to cook it as long because it's poultry. So I don't know. You may want to research the length of time.
Okay. Yeah, I pulled some videos on YouTube for that. And now storing it. How do you store it, and for how, and like, does it have to be frozen?
Well, I do it. It'll last probably. They say a week in the refrigerator, but I put it in those mason jars, and you can freeze it in that. Just stick those
Okay.
in. The freezer.
Well, Peggy and I typically can the broth, so we put it in mason jars so it's vacuum sealed. We can it, and so it just stays in our garage on the shelf, and it lasts us a year. I mean, we just use it whenever we need it. But we utilize the bone broth for whether we want to add to make an au jus from prime rib, or we're making soup. We'll definitely add it. Or I'll sometimes, if I've gone through a 72-hour fast, the first thing I'll start is just pour like a cup like Brian does into my coffee mug and just warm it up and have it. And drink it like a cup of coffee, because it's amazing when I'm cleaned out and I drink that. It's like my intestinal tract is just rejoicing with those nutrients. It like it comes alive. It makes no sense. I mean, it's how am I trying to explain it? But inside of you will experience a party.
Well, that's what the woman that wrote that book talks about. That's the most healing thing you can do for your guts. So it's very
Okay, cool.
Kristen, let's ask Kristen. Kristen, do you do bone broth, or is that something you're not able to have?
No, I can do it. I've done it a couple of times, but what I was going to say I like to do is when you have the carcass, I like to roast the bones and the cartilage and everything a little bit in the oven, because that helps like activate and make the flavor of the broth so much richer.
Okay.
I love doing that. It totally changes the flavor of the broth.
How long do you roast it, and at what temperature?
At 350 till it gets like a good brown. Like you can tell like just by the smell on the side, like, ooh, that looks good. That's
Okay,
what
cool.
I don't really do recipes that much, but I just like eye it and see, and then I'll put it in the water and let it simmer and simmer and simmer.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thanks for those tips. I'll let you know next week how it turns out.
Yeah.
Awesome. Please do. We'll have a great week, and we will see you next Friday there, Mr. Shanker.
Sounds good. Take care, everybody.
All right. We'll see you.
Bye.